All right. GDKP BTFO. So I know what GDKP means. I don't know what BTFO means. So let's find out.
Hey guys, what's up? Mad Season here, back with another video for you. And today we're going to discuss GDKPs. In Season of Discovery, Blizzard recently announced that they were cracking down on this form of rating, and so far they've been pretty consistent with that. It's caused a bit of controversy, a bit of a stir, if you will. The MMORPG player kind of has a history for their ornery nature. We don't like our Vigias messed with, so I just thought that I would explain the situation for those of you who are lucky enough to not care.
Oh, dang. He addressed it. Starting in phase 2 of season, we're going to experience support or allow GDKP or gold bid raids. Oh, so you're going to allow gold bids. So please read on for our answers. Okay.
About any of this.
Yeah,
So,
I know what GDKP runs are.
runs, short for Gold Dragon Killing Points. DKP is a player-managed reward system for raiding, developed as far back as EverQuest in 1999, and is pretty self-explanatory. For killing dragons, raiders get points, and they then spend these points on items. So let's say that little Timmy has 100 DKPs, and Todd has 400, and the Sword of 1,000 Truth drops, which costs 200, and both Timmy and Todd bid, and Todd wins because he has more. 200 is deducted from his total, bringing him down to 200, and Timmy rage quits because he's bad, and now instead swipes his mom's credit card to buy gold, which he will then use in a GDKP run to get everything he wants. The rules of the run vary between leader, but generally they work like this. A raid is run between carries and whales. The carries clear the bosses, and the whales enter a bidding war on the loot that drops.
Fucking whale picture, dude. Oh my god.
And at the end of the run, the pot is split between all members of the raid, with the leader usually taking a larger cut for organizing it. So you may be asking yourself, what does any of this have to do with dragon killing points? Well, the answer to that, my dear viewer, is abso-fucking-lutely nothing.
Wow.
So right off the bat here, we're off to a great start. Even the name is stupid. I can't speak for everyone, but from my personal experience, Wrath of the Lich King was the first expansion that I remember seeing them.
I don't remember seeing, when I played World of Warcraft, I played I played in like middle school. I played vanilla. I kind of played, what do you call it? TBC, but I wasn't good. I played it like on and off, and I didn't really understand what I was doing. And it wasn't until like the end of TBC where I like actually got like a single character to like level 70. And I think it was a shaman or something like that, but I was terrible at playing the character. And then Wrath of the Lich King came out, and I don't remember what I did. I think maybe I leveled up another character, or I just kept playing like a shaman or something. Or if I had like a level 70 character, was it like on, could you make like just like a death knight on day 1 of Lich King? Like, I know you started at level 55, and when they first got released, they were like super powered, like hero class. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. But as I was playing like Wrath of the Lich King, I don't remember seeing or like really anything about GDKP runs in terms of like raids or whatever. Maybe, well, that's because I wasn't really plugged into the internet. I wasn't, maybe I don't think I was on like a popular server. That's why I was always able to like get in. I think it took me a while to like level up again. I mean, everything was very enjoyable, and I enjoyed my time there. But This was like back in the day. I didn't know. I didn't see anything in terms of like GDKP runs. Skyrim.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
At least on my servers. So we're talking around the 2008 days.
Yeah.
And they're pretty sparse, mainly because the average skill ceiling of the player base was, of course, far lower. Especially talking vanilla here, there wasn't really enough room for dead weight because 50% of your raid was already dead weight.
That's a fucking 50 DKP minus!
True.
What the fuck was that shit?
Guilds sort of struggled clearing the content with their best players, so
Oh yeah.
carrying somebody who has more credit card transactions than hours played wasn't as feasible as it is today, and they've been a nagging issue within the realm of Classic because of that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like vanilla
Vanilla.
is reason number one why they're generally
Bro, what is this? Look for 7 more AQ20 GDKP. Need heal, off tank, and DPS. Main tank 2%, off tank 1%, HC 5%. Have geared main tank, min bid purple 300, blue 200, ink 50. Dang, this guy ain't getting no biters.
seen in a negative light by the
Thicky? What the fuck?
community these days. Aside from that, reason number two is that their negative effect is amplified by another one of Classic's struggles, and that's cheating. RMT, or real money transactions. Since today Blizzard is no longer interested in hiring actual humans.
Yeah, it's well, what their customer support is just bots, right? Support using AI copy and paste response. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why, but probably because they don't want to pay them. Like, they don't want to have real people in that position. Because when you do have a real person there, they have to meet like a really high, ridiculously high standard. But if you just automate it, it's like, oh, we could just solve everything instantly. Seemingly. But I don't know.
Cheating has become a major issue within Classic. In fact, just recently they fired like an insane amount of employees, a lot of them being GMs. Not that that itself is really that crippling to the game, because ever since 2008 with the Activision merger, they started recruiting from Baron's chat, as evidenced by every GM just telling the players to look that shit up on Wowhead.
Oh my god. That's so funny. Go to the community-driven thing that has nothing to do with Blizzard actually, like officially. For specific questions about the game, go to our forum. But yeah, just go to this Wowhead thing, which is a complete separate entity from World of Warcraft.
It's just amazing. That's
Yeah.
like if you have a problem with your phone and the representative just tells you to Google it.
Yeah.
It's just impeccable, but I digress. Anyways, swiping, RMT, whatever you want to call it, has been a major issue with Classic since the re-release in 2019. So
Yeah.
the existence of GDKPs creates this awkward dynamic of pay to win.
And honestly, I think GDKPs are like more prevalent on servers that are like full or like just high pop. Maybe they're like a thing on medium, and definitely not so much so on low. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's like some random low pop server that's like, yeah, we're doing GDKPs in this bitch, dude. I don't know. But yeah, definitely people want to play on the popular server, and I didn't even realize this when I was a little kid. I just wanted to play on the server that my friends were on. That's it. I didn't care how populated it was. I was just like, just let me play with my friends. Yeah.
You buy gold, and you use that gold to get the best items in the game.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, and that sucks. Because it's a grim reminder that your video game accomplishments do not matter. Even more so than they already didn't. They are furthering that effect by, being paid to win, more or less. Because, I mean, I don't know if he mentioned it already. I think he did. But with like gold buying, it's like whenever you enter a GDKP, nobody asks the question, how did you get your gold? Because if everybody was to honestly answer, everybody would probably answer, yeah, I just bought gold. That's it. No one would actually give like a legitimate answer of like, oh my god, I farmed for hours and hours. I farmed these mobs. I vendored all the grays. I made stuff with the cloth. I disenchanted the cloth. I got all the little gems and then disenchantables, and I sold them on the auction house. I farmed all these herbs. I farmed all these like ores and shit. It's like, bro, if you actually did it that way, you were like clueless on what was actually happening, because you're always gonna get out farmed and outbid, or not even just outbid. You're always gonna get out farmed by bots in the game. And you're always gonna get undercut by people that are using like the trade skill master add-on. This effect is even more blown out of proportion if you do or don't have the correct add-ons. I mean, yeah, you like the base auction house is like, I mean, it works efficiently is a whole nother story, but I mean, it is what it is.
During the initial run of Classic, this sword infamously sold for gold cap. From gold that was all completely farmed, by the way. This guy's just in Tyr's hand a lot. But anyways, between that, the level boost, the WoW token, this paying for all forms of character progression is one of the reasons why many have strayed away from retail.
Yeah. When did I quit retail? I played Wrath. I played Kata. What was the one after? I think I just quit after Kata. I was like, I'm bored. I think I quit like halfway, or maybe after like the first raid tier. I was like, I'm bored of this shit. This is dumb. And then, what was it? I picked it back. I think I picked it back up again in BFA. Sadly. And then I picked it up again, and then I got bored like really quick. And then I picked it back up again in Shadowlands. And I think I played for like 6 months? And then after that, I got bored and just stopped. And then, what was it? I think I played like the Wrath Classic thing a good amount. And yeah, that got bored very quickly. Yeah.
And now Classic Wrath. Told
you. And then the WoW token was prevalent in a lot of that. But once they added the WoW token to like Wrath, I was like, okay, this is really done. They are really throwing in the towel. This was like hilarious to me.
So, by the way, seeing this in Season of Discovery leaves a pretty poor taste in people's mouths, and it's a constant reminder that by choosing to just play the game and paying the $15 a month, they are disadvantaged due to the existence of GDKP and Blizzard's poor performance in upholding their own TOS.
Yep.
It makes it such that the most powerful item in the game
is your credit card. Well, your debit card, whatever you want, And the most powerful item in the game is your real life job and how much money you are willing to spend on in-game and video game items. When I see shit like this and like the pay to win feature in World of Warcraft, this puts every other FPS to shame. So like a lot of other FPSs that are free to play and have the the battle pass paid skins model type deal. I look at the audience and their reaction to like if a new skin comes out or some shit, and it's like, oh, this blue gun is, they're asking $20 for just a blue gun, and the reaction of the audience is like, oh god, $20 for just blue? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's funny. I can't help but laugh. And then you see things like in Valorant, you'll have like a bundle of guns where it'll be like, ooh, this is like the gold and diamond set, and it'll be like $100. It's like, oh, $100 for like just gun skins, not even pay to win. I'll see that reaction. And then even more so in Overwatch and Apex. You know, in Apex you got like the heirloom weapons, which was like, you know, comparably about $500, you know, with the pity system and the loot boxes. And then in Overwatch, you have what is it? Like the mythic skins. Those are like a couple hundred, I think. Again, still cosmetics, and you know, those skins take a year to make. And then here comes good old World of Warcraft, just toppling all of that. Okay, what's the gold cap on a single character? It's this amount? Okay, that's the max bid on like a single shard of like Shadowmourne or whatever it is. I'll buy the character gold cap amount. Okay, and that beats everybody. I win. And like it'll be comparable to I don't know, like what the Wrath of the Lich King like gold cap like real money comparison was around like the end of the expansion or whatever. Wasn't it like like just for like a piece of like ore, or I forgot, it was like something Titan steel, like the little chunks you got off of the bosses or whatever. Like people were paying like thousands of dollars in comparison, like in terms of gold, just for like a piece of it. And then it's like a single item could cost upwards of like 50K real life dollars, and just shits on every other like skin or something. And like, because that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about how everybody else complains in all these other genres about, oh, this skin's too much, that skin's too much. And it's like, bro, have you looked at World of Warcraft? I go, World of Warcraft? What? That game ain't pay to win. Yes, it is. Check this out. So you can think twice before bitch moan complaining about your $20 blue gun or your $500 heirloom weapon. You know, do you have Shadowmourne? Did you drop 50K on Shadowmourne? No, you didn't.
Is your credit card, and the most efficient way of playing is through money investment as opposed to time investment, and it ruins the competitive atmosphere of the game. That's critical to
I'll buy three queens. That's no fair.
all multiplayer games, in fact. So it exists in pretty much every version of the game.
Yeah.
Even in hardcore, which is,
bro, that's hilarious. Like, what? I thought hardcore was supposed to be the heart and spirit, or the last bastion of like WoW's essence. Like, it's death equal delete, all this shit. Like solo, self-found, HC. I did everything myself, no help, no auction house, so on and so forth. And to hear that it's even bleeding over into hardcore, even more hilarious, because isn't the audience for hardcore like really tiny? Aren't there like in all of the servers only about like 1,000 people playing hardcore? So like, who are they trying to do GDKPs for?
about as bad of an idea as it is hilarious.
Yeah.
There's a GDKP for an AQ20 raid, and the leader held all of the loot in his bags until the end, and then he died on a siren, so everybody got jack shit, which is pretty amazing.
That's fucking hilarious. That's my first time hearing about that. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Say. And now, of course, with the WoW token in Wrath, I told you.
Oh, for $20 you get like 10K gold? Alright.
So, by the way, and GDKP's reigning supreme, it's somehow even more pay to win than retail, which is just even more amazing.
Yeah.
So, Blizzard recently announced that for one of its game modes, the Season of Discovery, they are banning this controversial form of raiding, Their reason specifically being that it doesn't match up with reason number 1 I listed.
Good.
It's not representative of the culture of the community and ratings.
So how are they going to enforce this? And is there going to be a punishment for this? Like, if, like, don't, like, what are they going to do? They just rename it for, like, call it some other type of raid. Like, don't advertise it as GDKP. Or if anything, you know, you don't advertise it in the trade channels. You just go around and, like, make friends in the Discords, and you just do it that way and just completely bypass the Blizzard system.
Seen as it was in the original in their eyes. If you're at all familiar with the channel, you probably know my opinion. I've been kind of outspoken, I guess you would say.
Valid at the level boost. Yep.
In the past. I mean, I'm not totally against it. If a game is free to play, generally I'm a little more lenient.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of.
But World of Warcraft, you already pay a box price for the game expansion, and you have to pay a subscription fee. So, yeah.
Expected that there will be some level of paid progression in that model because, you know, that's the model they chose. But seeing as how SOD requires a sub fee to play, and the fact that vanilla World of Warcraft at its core wasn't designed for paid progression in mind, it kind of breaks a lot of the core principles of the game.
Oh, it's going in.
Being what Blizzard stated, and that's the culture of the community. When you wanted to raid in vanilla World of Warcraft, you found a raiding guild. Nothing was really puggable. These GDKPs didn't really run. So because of this raiding system is sort of an affront on the culture of the community and the raiding scene as it was.
Oh, so in 2004 to 2007, it was just find a guild. I think so, yeah. I mean, whenever I played early Wrath... Oh, wait, no, I'm remembering it now. Oh, I had a hunter as well in Wrath. I named him Pogo Stick. Because, what was it? Anytime I saw hunters playing in, like, PvP or shit, they'd always be, like, jumping up and down. And I'm just like, let me name my guy Pogo Stick. And that's that. And, yeah. I was playing with, jeez, like when like my computer, like what was I in, like middle or high school, and my computer was like in the living room, and we would be raiding and shit, and I think that the guild master's name was like Ted, and he was like a paladin. Oh my god, I remember it now. Jesus, yeah, I don't think none of us, and this was also when we were doing the Lich King raid. This was when AVR was a thing. Remember that add-on? It was like some add-on that made doing Professor Putricide like so much easier. It was like night and day difference. And we got past Professor Putricide using AVR because everybody was just that bad.
In 04 to 07. As someone who played it back then, I can say that this stuff it didn't exist on such an intense level during vanilla, if at all. So it makes sense to me that that's the direction that they want to go in here. And beyond all of this, let's just bring up the elephant in the room. It's a major driving force of RMT. I think in a perfect world where RMT isn't completely rampant.
Wait, what was that?
Major driving force of RMT.
80. So in classic, is this classic or hardcore? It's like $90 for 500 gold. Holy shit, dude. What a rip.
RMT. I think in a perfect world where RMT isn't completely rampant, GDKPs by themselves aren't necessarily bad.
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident.
Because if everybody got their gold, like legitimately, instead of using like bots and whatnot, and without buying gold, then yeah, in concept, in a vacuum, then GDKPs are fine. But that's not the reality of it.
In saying that, I think most people are okay with the fact that if you're really good at farming gold, to be able to gear yourself up.
Yeah.
Maybe you farm a lot of ore, maybe you have this rare crafting recipe, or even you flip stuff on the auction house. It's very legitimate and satisfying to make gold and
Yeah.
then buy like a Lionheart helmet or whatever. But the simple fact of the matter is that, you know, it's not a perfect world. People
Yeah.
do RMT, and Blizzard just, they haven't been effective at enforcing their own rules. We just talked about this in my
I mean, to be fair, they're probably not even like enforcing it, period, if at all.
Season of Discovery review. Another major issue with the game is botting, but, you know,
Yep.
bots exist to farm gold because people buy gold, and people buy gold for many reasons, but one of the major
Oh yes, completely normal player behavior. Every one of these is a real player.
ones are GDKP, so we'll see. But with this raiding mode being banned from Season of Discovery, it could have the potential to mitigate what is right now a pretty big issue. And that combined with the fact that experimentation is sort of the whole point of SOD, I think that overall it's a good call here by Blizzard.
It's a bad bot.
And, you know, besides, if you really like GDKP, you have a total of 4 other versions of the game with it.
Yeah.
Dragonflight, Era, Hardcore, and Wrath, which is soon to be Cataclysm Classic.
Yep.
So I don't think that it's really that unreasonable to try to have one version of the game without it to see what effect it has.
I actually forget about Season of Discovery. There's so many versions of WoW. I'm just, and I don't play it. I just know of it and like what it entails. I'm just like, yeah, no thanks.
In the version of the game where experimentation is sort of the entire point, but I don't know. That's just me. Let me know what you think. I actually want to see what you guys think about this. I know it's a pretty contentious subject. Just, you know, try not to threaten to murder each other's families over opinions over video games.
Yeah.
But regardless of all of that, as always, remember that the most important thing is to like this video and to subscribe to my Patreon, because
Nice.
I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Oh yeah. I've been watching Mad for fucking ever.
Farewell for now, mortals. We hope you enjoyed today's video. See you again soon.
Yeah, I mean, the concept of GDKP, I don't know what BTFO is. What was that? Bid the fuck out? Just keep bidding. The concept of GDKP is fine, but the implementation of it by the majority of players is the issue with, you know, botting, gold buying, gold selling, so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, wouldn't have an issue with it if people just like actually just what do you call it, engage with the economy in an honest way. But I don't know, would it be the same thing if you don't have bots like just, you know, inflating the economy with just random shit? You'd have players farming out materials and herb routes and ore routes for every location, farming every type of mob pack in their own like little area. You know, I think like dynamic spawn is a thing or some shit like that. You know, you travel to this area part of the zone, farm these guys really quick, get on your mount, get over here, farm these like mobs, whatever, and just go back and forth. Or maybe it's a triangle or whatever. You know, is that like healthy? Like, is that like a healthy version of the economy as well? Like, even if you are max level, what are you gonna do? Just like spend all your time just farming these like packs of mobs or like animals or whatever? Is it? I don't know. But it is what it is, you know. WoW's just doing its thing, still existing. I mean, I don't really play it anymore, but it's just fun to, you know, watch a couple videos and reminisce. But yeah, another banger from Mad. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.